My name is Claire Maxwell at Embodied Learning Systems. Today's video is about how to stretch your neck more effectively and maybe a little differently than you have done before. So first of all, when I think about stretching my neck, if you think about neck stretches that you've done in the past, my neck actually gets kind of tight. So before we even get into it, let's begin by letting go of old ideas, of previous ideas. And what I'm going to do is share with you some things that I've learned from my cranial nerve sequencing work, specifically cranial nerve 11. It's also called the accessory nerve. It's a part of a series of videos that I've done. We're almost at the end. And this is a pretty underappreciated nerve because what it does is it helps you lift your head up. It's a motor nerve, completely motor nerve. It helps you lift your head up through motor control of the upper trapezius, which runs from the back of the skull across the shoulders, and sometimes there's a part of it here that's like a rock. And then it flows actually forward and attaches to your collarbone. So that's kind of interesting. So you can either lift your collarbones, and which that will also move shoulder blades, or if you leave the collarbone where it is, it's part of what lifts your head up and leads an arching movement. It also innervates the sternocleidomastoid, which is a head-turning muscle. So we're going to explore that a little bit today. But it also innervates muscles of swallowing, so the raising and lowering of the larynx and the opening and closing of the throat and mouth space, all of which are muscles that are suspending from the roof of your mouth to the structures in your throat. And that means skull to trachea, larynx. So these are muscles that suspend structures from your head, basically. And I came up with this little experiment just to try to understand this, these motor capacities. And for today, I'm just going to focus on the neck. I'm not going to talk about the throat because that would take a long time. So we're going to begin. I'll face you square. We're going to begin by taking the back of our right hand, just kind of wake up the back of your hand and rest it. And what you want to rest it is from the back to the front. The fingers here will be touching the mastoid process of your skull, and just see how easily you can drape it along the line of your sternocleidomastoid muscle, which goes from the collarbone here to the mastoid process there. And just start to kind of tuck and relax to that side. It's not the easiest movement here. I think you need to see my body just a little bit more. To make it easier, you're going to take your left hand and embrace your right elbow. And that's going to help you kind of gently tuck it in and let the collarbone start to sort of engage towards your face. So it's like a tucking. Now what you'll notice is, we're not going to analyze this yet, that I've let my collarbone on the side that I'm turning towards come up. My right collarbone has come up quite a bit. And that will really free you to begin engaging a gentle spiral. So I'm now kind of giving a gentle pull around the body, So that means my left shoulder blade is going back towards my spine, and my left hand is kind of helping gently pull my right arm and my collarbone around. And then I'm just kind of tucking my head in a gentle opposition to that. And you can try different angles if you like. And then release. And just walk a little bit. So that spiral movement that we were doing in only one direction is actually something that you do a lot in walking. Okay, so let's try the other side. Left hand. Rest the back of your left hand along the sternocleidomastoid muscle from mastoid process. It might not go all the way down to the collarbone. Just let it rest there. And just notice how much easier that is if you let the collarbone come up. And then you bring your right hand towards it. So you've kind of got this spiralable cradle. And you're gently bringing this arm around, but you're also turning your head towards that spiral. So now I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's happening with the muscles here. The side that you're turning towards is releasing. Both the upper trapezius, which runs from your collarbone to the back of your head, is releasing into a spiral direction. And the sternocleidomastoid on that side is softening and lengthening along your neck. But on the other side, as you turn your head to the left, the right sternocleidomastoid and the right upper trapezius are engaging. And so you can kind of just see what that feels like to really engage that way, and then release it and take a little walk. So this is a spiral stretch that honors the spiral direction of the upper trap. Instead of working with it symmetrically, we're working with it from side to side. And that activity really helps us relate the engagement of one side with the release of the other. And that really dovetails much more naturally into your everyday movement. Okay, so you can add to this if you want. If you like to stretch by doing a gentle hangover stretch, it's fine to do it. But if you really want to stretch the upper trap, you absolutely have to let the collarbones go forward. And so it creates a widening across your back body, where the shoulder blades are going away from each other and the collarbones are actually moving. And that's going to get you a full release along that upper trap that gets so rock-like. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Peace and love. If you want to see some pictures that might help you understand some of what I said and get more information, you can see the link to my blog post in the chat below, and sign up for my newsletter if you'd like to get those regularly. 2 weeks from now, I'll be doing Cranial Nerve 12, and that will be the end of cranial nerve sequencing, and we'll move on to something else. All right, peace. Bye.